This knife is a Spyderco Calypso. This is a sprint run, which means it's going to be limited. I think most sprint runs are 500 to 1,000 pieces. This is a re-release of a classic knife by Spyderco, the Calypso. However, the sprint run has brown G10 handle scales. Now this blade is the largest in a series, kind of. You've got the Caly, which is about a 3-inch blade, the Caly 3.5, which is 3.5-inch blade, and this blade, the Calypso, the blade length is just a tiny bit under 4 inches, alright? So you could think of it as the large Caly, but as I understand it, this one actually came first of those three. Here you see the clip side of the knife. It is a 4-position pocket clip. You also see the lanyard hole there, and of course the trademark Spyderco opening hole. Here you see the Calypso in size comparison to the Spyderco Caly 3.5. So you see it's significantly larger than the 3.5-inch blade, very EDC friendly Caly 3.5. And here it is underneath the Caly 3.5 carbon fiber and laminate steels sprint run. Having the large and the medium, it does tempt me to get that new gray G10 sprint run of the Caly, so we'll see. Alright, and here's a close-up. You can see the blade shapes, very similar. You can see the knives are closely related. I've reviewed this carbon fiber one. Alright, very nice. Here's a close-up of the clip side of the Calypso. I think all the way the hardware, all the this arrangement here, and the contrast of the satin with the brown G10. I mean, I think it looks really nice. There's a spine, lockback mechanism, obviously closed construction. The other side, and you can see the crosshatch, like dimpled texturing of the G10 there, the lanyard hole. Let me show you the centering of the blade. Let's see if you can see that. Alright, it is slightly over to the right, but that is the centering. And overall, I mean overall it's just a very, very attractive Spyderco. Now as far as the opening, it is fairly smooth, very smooth actually for a lockback mechanism. It is a very smooth opener. It did feel slightly gritty when it first arrived, but still overall very easy to open. Not quite as easy to open as their the liner lock military, but for a lockback, I mean it's nice. Now the blade itself, you see it's a full flat grind, and there's no jimping here. But there is a choil formed here, choke up like so. As you can see, the blade shape extremely pointed. The opening holes is, it's definitely large enough to give you good purchase for opening the blade. As for the initial sharpness, it's razor sharp. I mean, I don't think I have to slice more paper to show that. It's just as sharp as my Manix 2XL. It's just as sharp as my Spyderco militaries. I think it's pretty much established that Spyderco does a very good job with initial sharpness. Alright, now one thing I want to point out, the spine is actually beveled. If you can see that there, that's a nice feature. I mean, they don't have to do that, okay? That adds an extra production step. And it's really easy to mess that up, okay, if that was uneven. Hopefully you can see the bevel there. Yeah, the spine is beveled on each side. And, I like it a lot. Alright, this is my Spyderco titanium military. Just to compare blade shapes a little, as you can see, the Calypso more pointed, right, and the Spyderco military has more of a belly. Alright, so this is more stabby and this is more slicey. Yeah, getting real technical here. But these are pretty good to compare because they're around the same blade length, you know, both around 4 inches. If you want to see a size comparison, there you go. And you can see obviously the Lockback even thinner than the frame lock. Alright, so what is this good for? Well, you know, first of all, I think you can see it is collector grade quality. Alright, but as far as using it, you know, the Caly 3.5 is a very good everyday carry knife. And this would be for people, the Calypso would be if you want something similar to that, but you just prefer a longer blade length. The weight on this, 4.4 ounces. And, you know, for a blade that's almost 4 inches, it's very lightweight, right? And it is a 4-position clip, so you can adjust it how you want. And it's very slim due to the lockback mechanism. So all of those features just, it's carryable. I mean, it's big, but you could carry it as everyday carry. Alright, and, you know, smooth to open. The blade shape, you know, obviously designed to kind of slice through things, you know, light work tasks. You could definitely open packages and so forth with it. I wouldn't chop with it or anything. But I do think, you know, the Spyderco leaf-shaped drop point, I think it's a very efficient design. You can see these skeletonized liners in there. I mean, overall, it's just yet another winner from Spyderco. You know, it's not like a hard use and abuse knife. It's, you know, obviously it's not a sharpened pry bar or something like that. But for what it is, I mean, they've executed this design very well. I would definitely recommend it if you're into the 4-inch blade length.